Hello guys, this is Flinkadink. Okay, childhood stuff. My story. The boxes have been crushed because I'm a reckless person. I remember when my grandma or my mom got me this for like, I think it was my birthday or maybe Christmas, where you're supposed to write a book or write a story and it could actually be published. Not exactly sure how it would work, but it's an interesting thing. And this was in 3rd grade. I remember this in 3rd grade, 3rd or 4th grade. But I have not opened this since I found it under my bed. I'm just gonna open this up. My 4th grade. This is a window to my 4th grade self. What do you guys see there? Oh, a little. Oh man, this is. Oh, I wrote a lot. Hold on, how much? I wrote quite a lot. Okay. Okay, there goes the box. See you, box. Jack, what are you doing? I'm trying to distract you from the mailman. There's a mailman outside, and Jack's gonna see him if he hears the mailbox open up, and I gotta make sure I distract Jack from the mailman. Jack, there's nothing outside. Good boy. Okay, these are forms to like send them and ship them around. We'll start with this one that has a lot of writing, but no pictures. Oh, I remember writing this. Because like I'm picturing this story in my head, and where I picture the events taking place is actually in my elementary school. So I'm like, okay, like I remember like when this happened, like, okay, I have a good memory as a kid because I messaged kids a while ago. I said, hey, do you remember me from elementary school? And they had no idea. And they didn't remember each other either. I must have a good memory, but I do remember writing this. Well, I don't remember writing this, but I remember the events in this story, where they would have taken place if I would have imagined them in 4th grade. Who is in your story? Joe. He's the narrator. There's the friend, whose name is Bob. There's the bully, whose name is Bill. There's the principal, and there's Mom. He gets his friend in trouble. Oh, so he gets like, he'll get Bob in trouble. The bully isn't a typical bully. The bully will get Joe and Bob in trouble with the principal. He won't bully them directly, but he'll emotionally manipulate them. He'll always get them in trouble with their parents or the principal. How is the problem, conflict, question, or wish solved? Bill the bully gets caught by the principal and never gets Joe and Bob in trouble again. Wow. Heart-wrenching. What are things that happen? Bill pushes and punches on Joe and Bob, and whenever Joe or Bob is about to push him, the principal walks by. And he comes in whenever. Yeah, okay, so I don't know why at the end it says in the principal says no way. I don't know what that means, but Bill would beat up Bob and Joe, and then if he sees the principal or expects the principal to come around the corner or something to happen, he'll let them hit back right when she walks the corner, and he'll be like and frame them. When and where does it happen? In the school. So that's the main grasp of the story, and this is all that I wrote. I only wrote the book cover for this story. The Bully Named Bill. That's the book title. Author's name, Nicholas M. Wegner. That's me. Dedicated to my family and my friends. Age, I was 9 years old. I'm not going to do the math, but it was 4th or 3rd grade. I know that off the top of my head. School or organization, Tarkington. I should turn these in. I should definitely turn these in and just see if they actually publish this book with no pages in between. Favorite things to do. Oh, this is about me. This isn't about the book. Play on my video games and play with my friends. So play on my video games, I said. Play on my video games. That must have been the Nintendo 64 or maybe even the PlayStation 2 if it was that late. I'm not sure if it was though. Story time, since we're in the mood of storytelling. When I got my PlayStation 2, and I bet you my dad probably doesn't remember this, this is how I know I have an amazing memory. In his old apartment that he used to have, he rented out a 70-inch screen, HD screen TV, and he also had a PlayStation 2. We come into the apartment, this is for New Year's by the way, we come into the apartment and he has this giant TV set up, and he has his PlayStation underneath it, right? And we're like freaking out, we're like, oh, that's just cool. He's like, okay, don't, it's just for the weekend, he's renting the TV just for the weekend, and we're like, is the PlayStation renting too? And he's like, no, the PlayStation's for us, we have it forever. I was like, yes. So that's when I got my PlayStation 2, which I've only had 3 consoles my entire life. Nintendo 64, which is the first one, PlayStation 2, which was the next one, and now I have the Xbox 360. But the PlayStation 2, that's how it came about. And I remember that New Year's because that's the New Year's that I broke my thumb. Because when I was leaving a car door, like I opened the car door, I shut the car door, I go to walk away from the car, and my thumb isn't, like, I'm stuck. I'm like, okay, why can't I move away from this car? I look down, my thumb is inside the car door, because somehow I slammed my thumb inside the car door and didn't realize until I went to walk away. Oh, that must have hurt. But I remember even worse was is right when I pulled away and I looked down at my thumb, I heard the lock. He locked the door. I looked over at my dad. I was like, open the door. I didn't cuss because I was a kid. I was like, open the door, open the door. I was crying and stuff. And then he was like, why? And I just, unlock the door. He unlocked it. I opened it up. I was like, ah! Right? And I remember we were either going to Walmart or Sears, or maybe Kmart. We were going to a store. We decided to just hop in the car and drive away. I called my mom. Well, he called my mom. I talked to her. I was like, Mommy, my phone's broken. And then we went to the emergency room, got it all fixed up. Anyway, what does this have to do with the TV and the PlayStation? Well, I couldn't play on the PlayStation because my thumb was broken. We had friends come over. Our neighborhood friends came over. Derek, if you remember him, he came over. And instead of playing Guitar Hero, we sat down and we played Aggravation. That is a story time which I have a memory of. What did I come up with this again? My family and friends? No. Oh, playing on video games. That's where that's where it branched off. We're just playing from video. Oh, anyway, that's a story time. This one is a bigger one. This actually has a story, and it actually has, where is it, right here? Okay. This is the planning page or whatever. Name of the person you are writing about. Yeah. Okay. No, I did mess this up, because this side was about the bully story, but this side is about this story. It's supposed to be the same thing on both sides, so I messed up. Name a person you were writing about. Max, which Max is my cat, who's dead now. He died from cancer or something like that. Yeah, he died from cancer. You never saw him, I don't think, but it was early Flinkadink. He was still alive, but or was he? I can't remember. I don't think he was alive for Flinkadink, but we got Gizmo as a replacement, basically. Anyway, his name is Max. Date he or she was born. I think June 16th, 2007. I think June 16th is my uncle's birthday, my Uncle Mark's birthday. I would always ask my mom, like, hey, what's blah blah blah's birthday? Because I was always, you know, even if the pet was like a small lizard or a bunny, which, you know, birthdays don't matter, she would always say her brother's birthday. I think it was June 16th, but I believe that's what happens, is whenever we get a pet, just, you know, give it my uncle's birthday. Place he or she was born. In a vet room. In a vet room. Good job, Nick. And here's the story. This is the entire story. This one has pictures so you guys can read. You can look along at the pictures while I weed. That's the picture. I remember I always used to color white people as yellow because I never had peach colored crayons or peach colored markers. Book cover. My Cat Max. Book title, Nicholas M. Wegner. Dedicated to My Cat Max. Age 9, school or organization targeted. Favorite things to do, play with my friends and play my video games. See, that one's structured more proper than the other one. But I remember when I first got this, I didn't take it that seriously because I was a kid. But this is one of my biggest regrets in life, is that I didn't actually follow through on this. Not because it would have taken off or anything, just because it would be nice to have one. But this is just as good, right, guys? This is just as good. That's Max, obviously. He was a fat cat, but he wasn't that fat. There's a red dot. I'm assuming that red dot either... Yep. Look at this, is the back of it. This is the back of the picture. There's a red dot. It must have leaked through. I must have drawn these actually on top of each other. My Cat Max is a really good cat. Let me tell you some facts about him. He's orange and white. Oh, I remember this. My mom used to always say that. Oh, because he's fat. Okay, I'm going to read this real quick. He is fat, so fat that he's 55% fat. What? I don't remember this. When we got him, he was as big as my hand. So I didn't structure that well, but we got him when he was a little kitten. So he used to fit in the palm of our hand, but now then when he died, he was about this big, I think. Yeah, I'd say he's about that. He was fat. He's apparently 55% fat, which is probably not accurate. He is almost afraid of everything! Exclamation point. He's a real frayed cat. Max is mostly afraid of my dog, Jack! Were they scared of each other? I honestly don't remember them being scared of each other. At least not like Gizmo and Macy are afraid of the dogs. I don't remember. He was never that. He would never like run and hide. I guess he'd avoid him, obviously. Having a cat like Max can be really way much harder than you think. Hard. I just forgot the R. But yet he is cuddly. That's it. He's cuddly. I honestly might. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna try and get this Max book published. That'd be pretty cool. That was almost 10 years ago. 10 years ago. It was 4th grade, by the way. I just remembered. Because I remember my dog, Buddy, was in 3rd grade. He was my Dalmatian that we had before we got these 2 dogs. And I remember when he died in 3rd grade. Because I was... Okay, so... The day he was being put down... This is such a lighthearted story. The day he was being put down, which means being killed... the day he was being euthanized... my mom gave me a note to give to my teacher saying... Oh, if he's a little sad today, it's because his dog's gonna be dead. Or something along that line, right? I remember I put it in my pocket. I was like, okay. And then me and my friends were at the table. We were laughing and having such a good time, right? We were like, ha ha ha, yeah, yeah. Like, blah, 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 blah. I remember this because I'm a smart kid. I have a good memory. But, we were laughing and having fun. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got something to give the teacher. I gave the note to my teacher and went right back to having, like, the best time in the world. And I looked over at her and she was just reading it. And, like, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be sad today, aren't I? It was just the funniest thing. Because she was in her mind, she was probably thinking, what? He's not even sad. He's happy. In fact, he probably was more happy than usual that day. But if that was 3rd grade, and then if I was 9, and I was still in Tarkington, it had to have been 4th grade, because we didn't get Jack the same year. There's no way. I will try and get that published. This has been a story time of me and my past, I guess, a little bit. Not very coherent, but it's fine. So that's the end of the video! Goodbye!